Hello and welcome to today's family. I'm Dr. Kitcher, and like always, we are so happy to have you here. And today being the first day of August, we are starting a new, topic, and it's going to be very, very interesting. Well, if you have just joined us right now, I want you to take the next minute and, invite somebody to join this program with you. And I would also encourage you to like this channel and subscribe to it so that we can have a lot of people, visiting here, and then the information is spread across. Like, all our topics that we treat are built one on the other. So I encourage you to watch, the previous topics so that you'll be able to follow through just in case we talk about something in less details, because we have talked about them in more details in previous, programs, which usually happens. We are building lives and we are exchanging knowledge and interacting. So please, if you have a question, don't feel, hesitant, just reach out to us, and we would find answers and give to you. And also, if you have any contributions to make concerning any of the topics we have spoken, something more or, very interesting to add to it, you send that to us. We will definitely, add it to the material and acknowledge you for that. So, well, today we are going to start a topic on mentoring and succession. Mentoring and succession. It is very, very important that you always have somebody ahead of you who has been where you are, who is able to navigate and help you steer your way without making necessarily the mistakes that those people who are ahead of you made. It is so important that in life, you have people you can look up to in different areas, in doing different things, because where there is no teacher, there cannot be an investment into the student. Where there is no readiness for the follower, the one leading cannot go anywhere, and you cannot lead just by yourself. If you are leading and there is no following, then they say you are just taking a walk. So we're going to look at these issues, and principles that span around the whole area of leadership, the area of mentoring, and also the mentee. It is so important that we always analyze and know where we are. Why is it important for us to have, people mentoring us? It is important because legacies must be left. No one will stay forever. No one, will be maybe active forever. So whatever whatever you've learned, you always have to, invest that into the next generation who are going to take the baton from you. So it is absolutely important. And if you are in your life and there is no one investing into you, then it makes life very, very difficult. And you will not be able to even know when you are making progress or you are not making progress. So it is very, very important and vital, especially in the period that we are living in, when knowledge is so, much, you may get confused not knowing what to do because there are 500 choices to one simple thing that you want to do. But when you know someone who has been there, done it, and have the experience, it can take you just a few minutes because the person will share from their experience, and that is how life it is built. It is very, very important that we build a legacy for the next generation. We have to build a successful legacy. Don't leave stuff that the next generation will ask, what is this? Why is that? But whatever you leave for the next generation, they should have been running with you in it. It's like a baton race. Both runners should be running and on the track before the baton is handed over. So in life, I'll speak mostly to those who are leading, and we'll come to those who are following, who know the rules, because the whole of this month, this is what we are going to look at and expatiate on it. I want you to make it a point. Book an appointment with yourself that every time this program comes on, you are going to be part of it. Why? Because this month, what we're going to talk about is so important. Many people today are living, they get scared because all of a sudden something hit them. They cannot be active as they are. They are not able to do stuff that they do, and they have never made any preparation for when that time comes. Whatever you know and do, if you don't impart to others, and you leave the place or you die or something, then there will not be continuation of whatever your legacy would be. Let not your legacy be, here was a man who lived, died, and went. But let your legacy be, here was a man who lived, gone, but still here, because his life is replicated and is found in many people. Well, if you have just joined, this is today's family program. I'm Dr. Albert Kitcher, and it's always a joy to have you here. If you are new here, welcome to the place where we talk about real issues of life, things that can navigate you from where you are to your next level. This month, we are looking at the topic of mentors, mentees, leaders, followers, and building a legacy for the next generation. So in building, don't build structures. Don't build programs. Build people. Build people. And what we mean by building people is invest your skills and knowledge in the people that are around you, who you know are competent and will be able to, use what you present and live with them. It will be a crime to leave this earth without imparting your knowledge to another person. Many people are worried or are concerned more about building physical structures, houses, businesses, and stuff, and never invest into people. So they can build that structure, but then there will be no people to enter the structure. But if you can build a man, the man can build a house. The man can do so many things. So it is very important that we invest in people and not in things. The greatest investment that you can make ever in your life is to invest in people. So please build people and not buildings. If you want to be a true leader, if you want to be a pace setter, if you want to be a way maker, it is so important. Why do we need people to lead us? Why do we need mentors? Why do we need someone who has done it and have been ahead of us? Why do we need those who can understand and harness us into what we have to be? It is so important. It is so important. Why? Because nothing starts without leadership. Nothing starts without mentors. Nothing starts without the people who are in front or ahead of you. And nothing, finishes without also leaders. The leader, the person ahead, will improve you, would cause you to do things in lesser time than you would have normally done, because he's been there, done that, learned some lessons, and now he is more or less a pro in that. And he can tell you in 5 minutes what would take you 5 hours to probably yank out of some internet site or read partially in a book. It is absolutely important. Without mentors, without leaders, things will not change. Sometimes you need someone ahead of you to tell you, look, it's about time you move on. Why? Because usually these mentors, they are people who have been there, done it. They are, where we sit, they sat. So they can tell you that do this, do that, do that. And when you see the results, you're like, whoa. But it is a result of building leadership alongside one another. Nothing will succeed if there is no leadership. A good leader, listen to me very well, a good leader employs others, and great leaders deploy themselves as well as others. I said a good leader employs people, employs others, but a great leader, there is a difference between good and great. You are not supposed to just be good. You must move from being good to great to better to best and everything. It is so important. So a good leader will employ others, but a great leader will deploy himself and deploy others. What are we meaning? We mean you empower people to do exactly what they have to do. The role of a mentor is not to create a second variant of himself. The role of a mentor is not to replicate who he is. The role of a mentor is not to seek for, people who can fit into his world. But the role of a mentor is to see in others, especially those, under him or her, things that can bring them to where they are supposed to go, in which case then they come and take them on, adopt them, and make them sons. This is how, mentoring, leadership can work when it has to produce genuine results. Today, people don't wait for things to happen. They say we are the make it happen people. And in making it happen, they never go to look, at the scripts that are there before they try to do something. We learn from the mistakes of those who have gone ahead of us, so we will not repeat it. The second thing is that leaders, or your leadership, is not measured by how many people you are touching, how many people gather when you speak, but it is what do you call it? Measured by how many people you serve. So what makes you a leader, a mentor, is the service you give. So you must be ready to serve. You must be ready to come down. You must be ready to fit into the ordinary, structure. And as well, you can still fit into complex structures. How can you move from being way on top there to coming to talk to the people who are doing the menial jobs down there? But that is how it is supposed to be. Leadership, mentorship is important for existence for anybody on this earth. Don't just remain a mentee. Graduate to being a mentor. And when you are graduated and you are a mentor, just, give what you have, and you will see the kind of following and achievements that you would make. It is very, very important that we understand that true leaders learn from others, but they never become them. You can learn from me, but you will not be me. There's only one me in the world. There is only one copy, and that is what you're seeing. There wouldn't be another me. So as we are heading towards, being mentors, being examples to people, we must learn from others, but yet maintain our unique self. How can you do that if you don't know yourself? How can you do that when you've not asked yourself the hard questions? How can you know that if you don't try, to move from where you are? It is very, very important that you lead others. You lead others into what is ordained for them to be. You don't lead people to where you want to go, but you lead them to where they are supposed to go. And I tell you what, if you do so, you will not be wasting time, because anytime you invest, you would have to receive the dividend somewhere. So we need to lead other people. We're talking about leadership, mentoring, and leaving a legacy. Leadership, mentoring, and leaving a legacy. So a true leader would manage things that are to come. He thinks next generation. He thinks next generation. But the one who is just managing thinks about the next position. What should drive you on is not the position you are going to occupy or you are occupying. What should drive you on is how best are you doing what you are doing. So a true leader is different from a manager. A manager is thinking about the next position, protects himself, but a true leader is thinking transgenerational. It is so important that we look beyond the generation that we are in and begin to forge our way towards there. We need to be able to mentor others, to replicate what we have. But in doing that, we are careful not to turn people into a second, third, or fourth copies of ourselves, because we come only in one sample, and there is no fake, and there is no second one, and there is no two of us. We may look alike, but we are not the same. Please, it is very, very important that you understand. And there are challenges. There are challenges. One of the greatest challenges that mentors, leaders have is mentoring. Mentoring is one of the greatest challenges. Why? Because today there's so much information and people feel, why do I come connect with somebody and hear stories and hear stuff and then build maybe my life on that? That is not the aim of mentoring. The aim of mentoring is to find what it is that you are, and then, pull resources together to help you be who you are. So it is very, very important. And if you want to learn to achieve something or accumulate something or accomplish something, you must be ready to die to things that will be in the way. You must be ready to cut off certain interactions, certain groups of people, certain behavioral standards, and so many things. But it is doable. It is the best way. So I encourage you, if you feel that you need to get into leadership and it's not working, get yourself off everything that is not helping you, and you can resume doing things rightly. So we have to be very, very careful, especially when we are dealing with mentoring. You don't just take anyone or anybody and say, this is my mentor. Usually this comes out of some relationships that are built over years, either in the professional field or doing, activities together and so on and so forth. And you find out that this person is like sort of connected with me. When something is happening, I don't need to even ask, but then he chips in, and every time he says something is wonderful. Such people are qualified to be your mentor. Today, there's so many people who says, oh, I mentor that, I mentor that. But when you look at the life and how they share it practically, it's like the one being mentored, the mentee, is actually the mentor, and the mentor is the mentee. I know we'll have a wonderful, wonderful discussion this time, and I will stop here, but next week we're going to continue, and I want to remind you that today's family is here to help you, and we are ready to answer questions if you have any. And if you share this link with friends and invite them and subscribe yourself, this will do us a great deal of help. Why? Because the more people sign up to this, the more people will be encouraged to focus and look into issues that matter. This has been your favorite program, Today's Family, and I am Dr. Albert Kitcher. Until we see you again next week, have a wonderful day and see you soon. Bye-bye.